Hello, everyone. Welcome. I am Mrs. Brittany Moorbacher. I am currently one of our advisors with our school. I'm the 10th grade advisor. And today we have a new featured video for our Real Talk Advisor series. Today we're going to be focusing on note taking, which is a really important skill that hopefully you have started to learn and developed, especially as you enter high school, or perhaps you're already in high school. It's very, very important and valuable that you learn how to take good notes. So with that said, I have 11th grader Serenity Mullins, who's going to give us some tips and tricks in regards to note taking today. Serenity is actually going to be a senior next year. You want to give a quick shout out, Serenity, maybe tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, what you
Hi
like to do.
everyone, I'm Serenity Mullins, and this will be my third year with Baba, and I love taking notes. I think it's really fun to get to organize them and add color, and organizing is a thing I love, and journaling, so it's kind of my two favorite things in one, and I'm really excited.
Awesome. Thank you for that intro, Serenity. Okay, so as Serenity provides advice for us today, she's going to talk to us about three main points. One being how to take notes during your Class Connect sessions. Those are your live sessions and lessons with your teachers. Also, how to take notes from the OMHS, which is our online middle and high school, those lessons. And then also how to review and study your notes after you've already taken them. Okay, so I am gonna back up for a second. And then I'm gonna let Serenity talk to us first a little bit about what she does when it comes to taking notes during Class Connect sessions. Do you think you can provide some insight into that, Serenity?
Yes, I think so.
Awesome. Okay, so whenever you're ready, go ahead and take it away.
Okay, so during your live class connects, your teachers give you two options. You can either take your own notes or use notes that your teachers make for your classes. And the notes your teachers make for your classes are usually created using the class PowerPoint as a guide. So they're usually really easy to copy down and a lot easier to look back on because there's usually more typed onto them. But sometimes your students don't create notes for your classes and you have to make your own notes, which is what I like to do. So taking your own notes just makes it easier for me, I think, because I can just write what my teachers say to me and it helps it stick in my head better and it helps me focus more in class. And writing down your notes is actually a really great way to study because you can recopy them over and over again as many times as you need to.
Sounds good, right? So it sounds like you've got some options with your classes. Either you're going to be using those templates that Serenity mentioned, or you're going to be taking your personal notes. All right, so if your teachers provide those outlines for you, make sure you take advantage of them. I
Yes.
think Serenity might have an example for us here. Yes.
So these are what my notes look like for my chemistry class. These are notes that my teachers made and they match the PowerPoints. So in the PowerPoints, there'll be a blank in a sentence and the teacher will fill in the blank with a word and you put them in on your notes too. So this way you have more written out and they're usually made to follow along with your tests and quizzes because your teachers make them and they really help a lot. So these are what this looks like and this is my science one and most science classes look like this, but if you're in a math class, there'll be bigger boxes and sometimes the teachers will have equations written out and you can rewrite them or fill in the blanks and those really help you study for math classes.
Very nice, Serenity. Okay, so I'm just curious, what happens if you were to miss something on your skeleton outline, or if you're taking your own notes? Do your teachers help you out with that in any way, or how do you usually respond?
Your teachers will really help you with anything you need help on. Um, if you ask them, sometimes they'll even go back to the slide before and tell you about it again just in case you missed it. and you can rewrite them, but in each class, they're recorded. So you can go back and find the recording, and you can watch it as many times as you need to and fill in all the blanks in your notes that you missed.
Thank you. All right, so that I think was really helpful, guys, about taking notes from your live class connect sessions. I'm let's change topics now and let Serenity talk with us about how she goes about taking notes from the online middle and high school, which we call the OMHS at VABA.
So for your OMHS lesson notes, you have two options too. You can either print off what's called the student guide, or you can take your own notes. So on each lesson, when you first start it, there's a little PDF that lets you print off in a Word doc, and it's called Student Guide. And they're organized notes that the lessons make for you. So it has headings for each topic you'll go through, and it kind of goes ahead and just organizes it for you so you don't have to worry about it. But if you prefer taking your own notes, you don't have to use the student guide. It's not required usually. You can start with a clean piece of paper and just organize however you want. I love to add color to my notes, and you'll see that on the next slide. It helps me organize them better, and it makes it helpful for me because I can organize it how I like. And don't be scared to add color to your notes. You can make them fun. Adding color to your notes helps you organize them, and it actually helps you memorize it faster.
Sounds good. Well, I would love to see the copy of your notes here that you have provided for us. That looks great.
Thank you.
Okay, you want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yes.
Okay.
So these are notes I've taken from my chemistry OMHS, and I like using different colors because it helps me organize it. So like on the second page I have, that's 4.04, I put the vocabulary words in blue. So I'd see those separate from the actual answers to them. So I wrote those in purple, and it helps me organize it, and it helps my brain be able to switch back and forth from the different topics.
Gotcha. Well, I think that's... Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. Keep going.
On the right is what the student guide notes look like. So it just kind of goes ahead and organizes it for you. So you can just go ahead and fill it out however you like.
Gotcha. You know, one note-taking tip too, guys, that I've recently learned about is the importance of summarizing your notes. I don't know if you have gotten into the habit of doing that, Serenity, but if you're having a hard time remembering things in your class, it might also be helpful just to take 5 after your class connect, or after you've done your lesson in the OMHS, and write a quick summary about what that topic or lesson was about. Might be helpful when you're going back and reviewing your notes for your classes, just to refresh your memory. Alrighty, let's see here. Okay, so we I think have gotten some great information from you, Serenity, about your process for taking notes. I love how you think about how you could color code your notes and use bullet points for main ideas and topics. Now I want you to just maybe think a little bit about what's your process for reviewing and studying your notes, because I know sometimes it can be daunting when you've got so much to review before a test.
Yes, so I like to try to make my reviewing and studying fun. I don't like it to seem like work because it makes it harder for me to do because I feel like I have to do it. So finding ways that make it fun for you is really, really helpful. So for me, I like to read through my notes aloud to help me get ready for my tests. And also, if I see things as I'm reading through it that I heard my teacher mention a lot in classes, and I'm like, they said that a lot, it has to be really important, I'll get a highlighter and I'll highlight it. But if there's something on your notes that you keep forgetting or you just can't get to stick, you can highlight that too, just so you know you need to work more on it. And rewriting your notes on another piece of paper is really good too. Reading it aloud as you rewrite them is just helpful, just like just reading through them aloud. So yeah, just practicing rewriting it is really helpful because it'll help it stick better. And I think it's fun for me to study because I love to write. But you could also use flashcards. You can write down questions on one side of your flashcard and then the answer on the other. And I like to get my friends and family to help me study with my flashcards just to make it fun. But another thing when you study, it's really important to get yourself to pay attention, and that's really hard for me. So one thing I found that's really helpful are study with me videos on YouTube. And these usually just have a student sitting at their desk at home or in school, and it'll have a timer in the corner. Like the one I like to watch has a timer for 25 minutes. So you study 25 minutes and then you take a 5-minute break. And you do it back and forth as many times as you need to get done, or as much as you want to get done in a day. And seeing the person they're studying helps me focus better. It lets me know I'm not the only one doing it. And if you want, you can even go to a friend's house and study with them with a timer, or go on a Zoom with your friend just to make it fun.
I like that. Yes, I did not know that you could connect with someone on YouTube. Serenity, is there a specific channel on YouTube that you go to connect with someone else who's studying?
Yes, I like to use the one on the channel called Marissa Joy. And it's a study, it goes for an hour and a half with a pattern, and I just repeat it as many times as I need to.
Okay, you said that was Marissa Joy?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. So for all of those kiddos out there that like YouTube, you can try Marissa Joy's channel. One thing that I thought was pretty cool that I see my little one doing, I have a daughter who is going to first grade, is she likes to record herself reciting information that she's been learning in class, which is another great way to remember things. They say that a lot of times you don't truly learn it until you teach it to someone else. So if you can record yourself teaching and watch that recording, that might be a good way to refresh your memory too. In general, it's really good, as I think a lot of Serenity's points suggest, to read. So reading through your notes, then writing it, rewriting what she mentioned, and then reciting it. So singing it out loud. So I think the combination of those three things, and maybe incorporating the flashcards into those strategies, are wonderful. I think you guys, or Serenity, I think you have offered overall some great suggestions here. And it looks like you've got some final thoughts that you want to share with us. So I will let you go ahead and take it away.
Okay, so like I said, studying and taking notes doesn't have to be a long, boring task. You get to make your notes for you, so make them personal, make them fun, make them with your personality, let it be fun. I love making my notes with lots of bright colors and highlighting it just because it's nice for me, but you can really do whatever you want. And I even have some friends who like typing out their notes on a Word document to study with, and that's perfectly fine. So just do what helps you study and memorize your notes, and makes it in a way that's fun and useful for you. And I hope you all have a great year with Lava, and they are going to do fantastic.
Yes, please have a wonderful year. And if ever along the way you have questions about note taking, don't hesitate to reach out to your academic advisor. Again, I am the advisor for 10th grade this year, which I probably will be for next year as well. In addition, you can see the other advisors here. I have their email addresses for you to reach out. Mrs. Bond is our advisor for 9th graders with the last names A through K. Mrs. Williams has our 9th graders whose last names start with L through Z. And I'm the 10th grade advisor. And then Mrs. Clem works with our upperclassmen, our 11th and 12th graders. We love to hear from you all, again, about things that you might need help with, things that are working well. If you would like to provide some advice for your peers too, like Mrs. Serenity, we would love to have you as a guest on our Real Talk session. Again, good luck this year. Bye, everyone. Thanks, Serenity, for joining us.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.